Uh-oh, you know what that sound means. It means it's lunch talk time.
Welcome to the all-new Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Star Carter.
This show will discuss relationship, family, celebrity news, and much, much more.
So stay tuned, because you never know what the Lunch Talk crew is serving up every Friday. What's up, Lunch Talk family? What's up? We are back with an all-new Lunch Talk with Mike and Star, a.k.a. Lunch Talk with the Carter. So how you doing today, Mr. Carter?
Oh, man, doing pretty good. Pretty good. It's made it to another Friday, and I can't believe it's Friday already. Again, man, time is rolling. We always say that because it really is, man. We got to get used to this fast time. We on the slow time, but overall, just time is just moving.
I know.
Months, years, it's just moving crazy.
We already halfway into November. Son. We were just saying Happy November. Now we halfway through the month.
Oh, yeah, boy. But doing great. It's Friday. I'm still here. So, hey, I'm doing wonderful.
That's what's up. So thank you all again for tuning in to Lunch Talk with Mike and Star. We do appreciate all your love, all your support. Make sure that you're subscribing to us on any podcast platform that you like. You can even listen to us on YouTube, at Spotify, Google Podcasts, what else? iHeartRadio, a whole bunch of them. Just, all you gotta do is just type in either Lunch Talk with Mike and Star, or it may still say Lunch Talk with the Carters. Either way, you'll find us, and we appreciate your love and support. So if this is your first time listening to the show, we do something called the Interesting Tidbit. That's kind of like our appetizer part of the show. So we're about to kick that off with my lovely husband. So what you got for us today?
Well, interesting tidbit for today, guys. You guys are not going to believe this because when I ran across it, it was sort of hard for me to believe too. But I got to say it is a interesting little tidbit. So today, the interesting little tidbit is going to be about planets and something you guys have never even thought of about planets. It turns out that a couple of distant planets really sport some serious bling. But what I mean by bling, diamonds. That's right, you heard me, diamonds. Atmospheric data introduces that gaseous planets like Saturn and Jupiter experience hailstorms of diamonds. That's right, it hails diamonds in Saturn and Jupiter. It does this it's due to lightning storms that turn the methane gas into soot, which hardens into graphite, then diamonds as it falls to the ground. And the actual measurements of these hail-size diamonds ranges from 1 centimeter size that can actually fit inside a ring. So, very interesting. Yeah, when I ran across that, I was like, it was unbelievable. It's amazing that if it's hailing diamonds on Saturn and Jupiter, I would think that somebody would be trying to get up there and get some.
Trying to get up there now.
That's crazy.
That's the reason why they trying to get up there. They're trying to get to those other planets, because them other planets, obviously, like you said, that one, those two rain diamonds.
Yeah, hail diamonds. Yeah.
So
hail diamonds.
They trying. Trust me, they've
that
been trying forever.
Crazy.
They've been trying forever with Mars and all of them. They've been trying.
Yes, I mean it is wild, man. It is wild. Hailing diamonds.
I'm telling you now, if there's a way for the government to get up there to get them diamonds, they gonna get them.
It's amazing that they haven't even tried or whatever.
They
man.
probably have. We just probably don't know nothing about it. You know how they do. Area 51s and everything. You know how they do it.
Oh, yeah.
If they have had a way to get the diamonds, like say if they send a satellite out there and they're able to scoop them up and bring them back to Earth, they ain't going to tell us.
I know, right? Just loaded diamonds. Just so they just get some serious bling.
Even if they did do it, that's just a part of, the government. They don't tell you everything. They just tell you what they need to tell you to scare you up. That's about it.
Yeah, keep you petrified. Yeah,
that's right. They don't give you the true information. They try to distract you with Popeye's chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah, but okay. Well, so on that note, man, I just had something else interesting to say about this. We were just saying about the Popeye chicken sandwiches and how these restaurants out here just, they just bugging. You know what I mean? Okay, and we just talked last Friday about McDonald's, the CEO stepping down.
Right.
All right, McDonald's again. Let's hit McDonald's again. In Beaufort County, in Charleston, a man was served a sweet tea with 3 bags of marijuana in the bottom.
Hey.
Yeah. Marijuana.
He hit the jackpot.
Yeah. Yeah. The man said he went to the drive-thru and ordered some chicken nuggets and also a hamburger and a large sweet tea. When he got home, he said he noticed that the tea tasted funny. And he said he poured the tea out to investigate, and lo and behold, he had 3 dime-sized bags of marijuana in the bottom of his large sweet tea. McDonald's in Beaufort.
I hear you.
Charleston.
I need to go down there.
It's crazy.
You know what's funny? That's just
crazy.
that kind of go along with what we were saying. Where you said that movie with Mike Epps and T.I. in it.
Yes.
And he dropped the weed in the fryer.
And the chicken fryer,
and made the chicken made everybody, a little bit, a little bit crazy because they was getting high.
Getting high off of it,
Getting high off the chicken. So now, Beaufort down there, y'all gonna be getting people all hyped up over y'all tea.
I know, right?
And the South is known for their sweet tea.
Oh, we see why now.
Now we know. Now we know. Beaufort. All right, you got anything else, babe, on the tidbits?
Nah, that's it.
Both of them are very interesting.
Yeah, especially the diamonds, man. That was wild.
Woo.
Saturn and Jupiter.
I always told you, when we were getting married, you could have just sent a satellite and got me a diamond from Saturn, honey. Can't nobody top that.
I know, right? Nobody.
Forget, what's the name of those popular jewelers?
K's
and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Rays,
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Y'all ain't got nothing on Saturn and Jupiter.
I know, it's hell in diamonds. Hell in diamonds.
I know that's right. All right, then. So we're going to move on to the soup and salad part of the show. And speaking of T.I., everybody know, I know y'all all heard about it. Last Tuesday, T.I. got into some water, hot boiling water, because he decided to share on a podcast called Ladies Like Us, the Ladies Like Us podcast. He's sat down with the 2 hosts of that show, and he revealed that since his daughter turned 16, he has been accompanying her to her gynecology annual appointments to make sure that her hymen is still intact. And of course, all of the women activists, women equal rights activists, and a whole bunch of other people had a whole lot to say about what T.I. said. Now, this is what T.I. said. Hold on a second, I get my phone. This is what T.I. said in the interview. He said that and his real name is Clifford Harris Jr., but almost everybody know who T.I. is. But anyway, this is what he says. He says that his daughter, Deja Harris, he said, of course, once you turn 18, it's a privacy. They're not going to give any information to him unless she consent to that. Mm-hmm. And I found that out when I took my own son to get his physical to go back to school, because he turned 18 in May. And even though he's a senior in high school, he turned 18 in May. And even though I'm responsible for the bill, they asked him, was it okay for me to be present? So with that being said, all right, he cannot know any information that his daughter will not let him know. So let's just put that out there right now. So when the doctors asked his daughter, said, okay, here's the thing. Is it all right to share this information? And they asked her, and she was right there in front of her dad, and she said, yeah. So he was like, okay, doc, what's the problem? And so not only did the gynecologist tell him and say, okay, we can check for her hymen to still be intact, but do you not understand that sexual intercourse is not the only way to break a hymen in a female? You can break your hymen riding bikes, athletics, horseback riding. I've heard of women broke their hymen in gymnastics and all kind of stuff. But he said, look, doc, she don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bike. She don't play no sports. Just check the hymen, please, and get me back to my results expeditiously. And that sounds like T.I., because T.I. is very educated. So I can see him saying that. But anyway, so he told the podcast host that as of her 18th birthday, her hymen was still intact. Of course, like I said, she did not have to consent to it. She could have said, no, I don't. She even said, he asked her, he said, okay, is it something in your health information you don't want me to know? Deja? And she said, no. It's okay, doc. We ain't got no problem. Proceed with the results. So my question is to you, Mr. Carter, because you raised 4 girls. So I'm going to ask you, as a father who raised 4 daughters, what is your take on this controversial comment that he made about him getting his daughter's hymen checked to make sure that she is still virgin? What do you say about that?
Well, I would say, with my daughters, I would say he's being a concerned father. Some people may say he took it a little too far, and that's sort of an invasion of his daughter's privacy. But as you heard what she was saying, that it was violent. I mean, she agreed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So she had nothing to hide. So therefore, her and her dad got a great relationship. Mm-hmm. Everybody's relationship is not like kids of today. You know what I'm saying? They talk about give kids privacy and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sort of in a way, but I feel that that's where things are taking a mad turn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Parents don't go in their kids' phones. Parents don't go in their kids' computer. Don't go in their kids' room because you feel that your kids deserve some sort of privacy. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, in a way they do, but concerned parents are going to invade that privacy, a little bit, just because you are concerned and you're a caring parent. Mm-hmm. I see if you didn't care. So on that T.I. note, I would say he was being a concerned dad. Mm-hmm. By me being a dad, you don't want your child, male or female, out there having sex at an early age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you are notified by the doctor and say it's this going on or whatever, you're going to be upset. But at the same time, you want to start teaching them about protecting themselves and, trying to, to save yourself for marriage, in other words. You know what I'm saying? But at that point in time, it's a little too late if they already had it. So therefore, you just can go to another level just trying to, teach them to protect themselves.
Right.
But overall, I would say that T.I. is a good dad. I mean, he's a concerned dad, and that's his baby, and it's going to always be his baby. That's his baby girl. So I just think he was being a concerned dad.
Right. I agree with you 100%. I think the only reason why T.I. is under fire because he's T.I.
Basically.
He probably ain't the only father that done did that, Yeah. My grandma used to check that on me when my grandma raised me. So when I used to go to the doctor, ever since I started having menstrual cycles when I was 11 years old, all the way up until I was about 16 or 17, my grandma used to check mine, used to have the doctor check mine. So, I mean, at the time, it wasn't as strict of a privacy laws as it is now. I mean, there's privacy on everything, even your phone bill, everything. I mean, everything's got privacy laws now. And, back then, it wasn't as strict as it is now. But, my grandma, I didn't have to give my grandma no permission. What I'm saying? When I turned 16 or anything, she was in there. But, and like you said, I didn't look at that as my grandma invading my privacy. More or less, it just let me know that she cared about me.
Bingo.
And that she also was concerned that she didn't want me to get pregnant.
Bingo.
And bringing up a baby home. And I was not mature enough at the time to be no parent, you know?
I mean, these days, 18-year-olds are not mature enough. I'm not saying all, but to me, you're 18 to me now. You are a baby yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, you are legally by state saying that you're an adult, but come on now. I mean, we all parents, we know our kids. Mm-hmm. Some of these 18-year-old kids are not responsible enough to be considered as an adult. I mean, we know that. We know that. I mean, come on, parents.
I got an
we know
18-year-old, and I tell you now, I still have to tell him what to do, just like he was little. As far as, okay, take out the trash, don't leave your cup in there, don't put your dishes in the sink, stuff like that. You still had to, stuff that I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you because I've been telling you this your whole life, but I still have to tell you, you know. So, yeah, I understand. Because when I was 18 years old, of course, I was sexually active, but I was a lot mature. I always have acted more mature for my age. I never, really was wild You know what I'm saying? Like some 18-year-olds, a little while. I had moved out when I was 19. You know, I had my own place when I was 19. So I guess it just, like you said, really depends on the maturity level.
Yeah, that's why I said the parents, know your children. You know.
Because when I was 18, I was, after I graduated high school, I had a job making $12 an hour when I was 18 years old. I had a great job for an 18-year-old in 1997. So, yeah.
Because, a lot of kids 18 these days, man, don't have the responsibility in their mindset right now, to just say, take care of a household. Not saying you with somebody. You could be by yourself trying to get your own little crib or whatever. And, they have never paid a bill in their life. I mean, the parents, haven't prepared them for that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you want your kids to go to school, get an education, and you may tell them, look, you don't got to worry about all that right now. You just concentrate on your education. I got this. Whatever you need, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, a lot of kids haven't experienced the adult thing, taking care of household light bill, water bill, gas bill, car note, insurance, rent, cable bill. You know what I'm saying? They haven't experienced that. And they're going out there, So I'm just saying, as we said, you just know your child, because like my wife said, at 18, she had her first place at 19. So, it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the person. So.
Right. T.I., I hate that you went under fire. I like T.I. I did. I hated you went under fire about it. I think people kind of twisted it to make it seem really bad.
Yeah, they looked at the negative thing of it.
Yeah, you look at it real negative. I mean, and I guess you could look at it negative to saying that he's being overbearing or whatnot. But no, she was asked because she is an adult, and if she did not want her father in there, guess what? T.I. or no T.I.,
he would have to leave.
You had to leave.
Yes, exactly.
You would have to leave, and he understood that. So I think everybody else should just kind of just chill.
Yeah, because I think that that's a great relationship,
especially in the industry that he's in, his wife's in, in the rap music industry. I mean, to have a daughter that's 18-year-old that is still a virgin.
That's a blessing,
yeah.
And
in Atlanta,
yeah. So it is a blessing. So that's not a slow state.
Of course, we all want to protect our children, but you got to think about it. That's T.I.'s daughter. There's money behind that child for sure. And he ain't trying to get that girl knocked up by some little bro that might be trying to take her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For her money that her parents is probably got set up, for her or whatnot. So he just trying to really protect not only his child, but he trying to protect his child's future.
Yeah.
So I look at that too. So good talk. So on Wednesday, the hashtag thanks birth control was trending on Twitter, giving a shout out to the birth control, which I thought was awesome because not only is birth control used for preventing pregnancy, it can also regulate periods, ease cramps, treat acne, prevent endometriosis, ovarian cancer, reduce ovarian cysts, bone thinning, and iron deficiency, among a whole lot of other stuff. So the hashtag thanks birth control was trending. So I just thought that went good with, okay, so if you are sexually active and you're 18 or younger, please, even if you're over 18, everybody need to be practicing safe sex. Don't bring unwanted kids. Don't be spreading disease and knees and all kind of stuff. Because there's stuff out there that Mr. Clean can't get rid of. And I think T.I. is well aware of that. And so that's why he is trying to protect this child. Because he know. And us as parents, like you said, we try not to get in our kids' business. We don't go through the phones and we don't do a whole lot of stuff like we should do. Like when I was young, it wasn't no such thing as privacy. You live in my grandma's house, you better be lucky if you could shut the door.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Be lucky if you could even shut the door. That's how it should be. But parents these days done got so watered down and so, I mean, it's like they're afraid of their kids. You want to be your kid's friend. That's bull crap. They got enough friends. They got tens of hundreds of friends. They don't need another friend. They need a parent. Yeah. If I got to go through your phone, if you've given me reason to, I can't trust you. You're out late. You're lying. You're doing this. You're doing that. If I got reasons to go in your phone, if I got reasons to go through your things in your room, I'm going to do that. If you don't like it, guess what? It's a free country. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of apartments and homes out there you can rent. I mean, just simply say it.
Yeah.
This is my house, and we're going to do certain things. We're going to do certain things. You're going to conduct yourself as a child.
That's why I moved out when I was 19.
Exactly. That's
it. After I graduated high school, and like I said, I had a real good paying job. I mean, I was even giving my grandma money. I was like, when she was getting her check every month, her Social Security check, I was like, you could pocket that. I mean, I made enough money to pay her bills and everything. And I was like, she was like, I don't give a hoot nanny about that. Have your butt back in the house by 12 o'clock. I don't care if you got to lose a glass slipper, Cinderella. Have your butt back in this house by 12 o'clock.
Exactly.
And I was like, I am not going to be having no curfew. And I am almost 19 years old. I got a good paying job. There is no way. I'm making enough money to have my own place.
And she said those magic words.
And
own place.
Yeah, I can come and go as I feel like
there
it.
You
so
go.
That's what I did.
Okay, that's how you do it.
Yes, I didn't have to have no curfew. I come and go when I want to.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
and that's what I think a lot of parents, like I said, are missing that. You know what I mean? Because the fact of the matter is, if you are that, I want to say grown, that I can't, your parents can't, if I have reason to now. I'm not just going to haul off and go through your stuff, okay? I said if I have reason to, and you got an attitude with that, okay.
Right.
Okay. We got a solution to that too. You could take your phone and whatever else and, pay your own bills and do your own thing.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I do. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like I said,
but like I said, just make sure that we're protecting ourselves. And
exactly.
Protecting our kids. Make sure that your kids, if they are sexually active, I think a lot of parents don't like to put their daughters on birth control when they're under 18 because they think they're giving them permission to have sex.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a sad thing too because kids' mind does go that way. And then when you fellas, we try to give our sons condoms. And that's going to pop in their mind. Okay, my dad's saying, okay, as long as I'm using this, I'm good.
Yeah.
I can go out here and, experiment a little bit. And kids, if you are listening, no, we're not saying that. Yeah. It's about protection, not giving you
if you're going to do
the
okay,
to do it.
I'd rather you protect yourself if you're going to do it because that's the thing. A lot of the kids, they like to hide it, and then that's when you pop up A, pregnant, or pop up B with a STD. Because you're hiding it instead of, okay, mom, dad, I'm sexually active. Please put me on the pill so I don't get pregnant. Or, mom, dad, I'm sexually active. Please take me to the health department so I can get some condoms or whatever. Take you to the store, get you some condoms. It's no shame to me to want to be responsible.
Yeah,
you want to be responsible with your body.
Exactly.
You want to be responsible with your body. So, so that's, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and fellas, guys, I've raised girls. Now they're young ladies. And I'm going to tell you, I know it's going to be hard, guys. Trust me. My oldest daughter, she came to me. She was over 18. She was 18 going on 19. And she dropped that bomb on me. And I was so grateful and happy for her. But at the same time, I wanted to, have a heart attack and a stroke. Dad, she wanted to experiment with sex with this little guy that she thought she was so much in love with. But before she did it, she came and talked to Daddy about it, about what she was thinking about she wanted to do.
That's very commendable.
Exactly. It was so beautiful. At the same time, like I said, guys, you don't want to hear your baby because you know what you're doing to ladies. So they're going to be participating in the same activity. Come on, guys. It's going to be so heart-wrenching. But, guys, build that respect, build that rapport with your daughters, and so they can come and talk to you about it. I sat her down and I talked to her about it, gave her the advice. I told her, she's considered to be an adult if she thinks she's ready. But I did tell her, what I wanted for her to be married and all this and make sure she with the right guy because at that age, 18, 19, you're going to have a lot of boyfriends. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I was just so happy and proud that she came to me and I just, talked to her basically on the protection note.
Right.
So, and I'm just giving you heads up, guys. It's going to be heart-wrenching when that when that little girl going to come to you and talk to you about it. Oh, my goodness.
And it's so sad the way our body chemistry is made up anyway because when we are young, that's when our hormones is out of control. That's when the guy's hormones is out of control. That's when the female hormones is out of control. That's when you're when the men are in their sexual peak in their early the early age.
Yes, sir, in the early age. Mm-hmm.
And then women are supposedly in their sex repeat in their later age. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's very crazy how that even happens. But it's just one of those things where we just got to be aware of what our children are doing. And like I said, back on what we was talking about with T.I., I just feel like he's just trying to be an informed parent. That's it. He's just trying to be an informed parent, and we might need to take some notes, because we are letting our kids do a little bit too much.
Yeah, exactly.
We are. And then what you gonna do when they come home talking about they pregnant or they got an STD? I mean, like I said, stuff out there that Miss Clean can't take off of you. Now, when you are sitting in your bed and you're watching a TV show and they got commercials about a pill or a shot that you could take the night before you sleep with somebody to keep from getting HIV.
Things have got pretty bad.
Things that got pretty bad.
So protect yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
So protect yourself.
That's what I'm saying, So anyway, so moving on, we about to go into our main dish topic for today. So the main dish topic is, when do you think it is an appropriate time period for your significant other that you've been dating to meet your family, meet your kids, move in, blase. When do you think there is an appropriate time to do all of those type of relationship things? That's what the Carters is going to talk about when we come back from this quick commercial break. We'll be back. All right, so we are back from the break. Thank you so much again for tuning in with Lunch Talk with Mike and Star. So today's topic is, when do you think it is an appropriate time after you've been dating somebody to move in, meet the kids, all that good stuff, meet the family, meet mom and dad, go to the cookout. Thanksgiving is coming up. So if any of y'all in a new relationship, when are you thinking is an appropriate time for you to meet all the family? So I'm gonna ask you, what do you think, babe? When do you think it is an appropriate time to meet the family?
Okay, that right there, that's a good one. It's a lot of things that go into that. Okay, it's a lot of things for me that go into that. Okay, first thing is, are you serious about this guy or young lady? Mm-hmm. Are you serious about him? If it's somebody just a fly by night, somebody you just wanna Netflix and chill with, so to speak, if that's what you want to do, I would say no, it's never an appropriate time. Never. Yeah, I wouldn't introduce them to my kids, my parents, nobody, because that's all it is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But now, if you guys are on the verge of getting something serious started, to me, I would say, let the relationship develop and let you yourself get to know that person first. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Before you start trying to introduce them to your kids and your mom and your, whoever else, your mm-hmm. family. I would say at least 3-4 months, 5 months. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say.
Okay.
That's what I would say. Because like I said, you got to get to know them first. Mm-hmm. You can't date somebody a month and say, okay, I know them. No, you don't. Mm-hmm. You don't know them in a month. Come on, guys. Right. No, you don't. So I would say 5 months, 4 or 5 months down the line, when you get to know them and you're comfortable with them, mm-hmm. especially bringing them around your kids, especially, if you're a female and you got female daughters. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you just don't want to bring any Tom, Dick, and Harry around your daughters. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And guys.
Or your son.
Today's age, yeah, or your son, yeah. Because that could be a crazy situation. Mm-hmm. But guys, if you with a young lady, you want to bring around your children or whatever, I would say the same thing. I'm not going to say one without the other. Mm-hmm. Guys, I mean, ladies too, because you don't want some psycho lady coming around your children or you know what I mean? So I would say 5 months at the most. That's what I would say. Mm-hmm. 5 months at the most.
Okay.
I
think that's reasonable time.
Yeah.
I agree with you. My take on it is same thing. How serious are you? I do agree with you when you say that. How serious are you with this person? And is it mutual? I would say that, is it mutual? Because that's one thing for you to be serious about this person, but is this person serious about you as well? And sometimes that take a lot of getting to know, like you said, getting to know somebody for you to develop those type of feelings. One thing about us females, Lord have mercy, please don't let us have sex first, because if we have sex first with this person, man, you ready to give them the key to the daggone house the same day.
Yeah.
Jesus, help us out.
But hey, guys like that too. Guys are like that too.
You ready to give him a daggone
guys.
key? You ready to move him in on your kids? You barely know his name, and you done moved him in the house. He in there eating cereal with his shirt off, and then your son or whoever come through, and he like, who the hell is this dude in the kitchen drinking out the milk carton? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even know this person, and you got him in there eating your children's cereal.
Yep, and then and here you come calling him or her the wrong name, because you don't know him.
Yes, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you got the audacity.
You met him at the club or whatever.
And you got the audacity to have around your kids and your family.
You just met him a week ago. Oh, this Joe, you know him. His mom and them go down there to Beulah Baptist.
Yeah,
we
whatever.
seen them down there. You know how they do. Yeah. Whatever his parents, them him kinfolk, them kinfolk down there. Y'all know. No, we don't.
Yeah, no, we don't.
You don't either.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't been to Beulah Baptist since Easter. That's the last time we went to church, on Easter, when we had to show our outfit. So anyway,
that's what they do.
So I would say women, we are very bad about bringing in men that we do not know into our house, or ready to give up key because we done gave up the drawers, and we automatically assume when you give up them panties that now they got a contract.
Mm-hmm.
You done put them in a contract. Now we together.
Yeah. With or without your consent.
Yeah. Now we
are
together.
Yeah.
Now you putting this dude on the spot. You done already got him a key made. You done got the spare key from the other dude that you had to kick out. And now you got that key back. Now you finna pass this key on to this new dude that you don't know jack about, other than you know he got great sex. That's it.
That's about, because that's what makes your head up.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, you're the same way. You get a female and she knows what she's doing. You know, you got your own little thing going. You ready to lock her down quick. Not saying marriage, because, you know, when she say that, then you probably don't want to lock her down then. But, you know, just for the sake of living together, you know, like, you know, getting the milk without buying the without buying the cow, so to speak.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You're getting the milk for free, kind of. Guys love that type of stuff. But yeah, guys, you know, you ain't getting off, because you're the same way too. You the same way. The same exact way.
I feel like if I could go back and change like the hands of time, I think that I would not have done it. I'm not talking about you, because you've been knowing me like half my life. I ain't talking about you, but like some of the guys that my son did not like, even though my son was always very respectful, you know, because, you know, I raised him to have manners, and even if he don't like you, he's going to still respect you because you're an adult. But I feel like if I had to do anything different in relationships that did not work out, I would have made them wait a year.
Oh, so that's great then. Cause I was saying 5 months. So, but yeah, that's great.
If
that's
I could
great,
go back in time, because usually I found out a lot about that person. You can find out a lot more the more distance that you give. You know what I'm saying? If they don't know, if like, let me see if I can make this make sense. Okay, if you're an open book, sometimes you could give too much information, and then you're too easy. Men like the thrill of the chase. They're hunters by nature. So if you are too easy to give them everything they need to know, like you so easy. Okay, first of all, the sex. Now you want them to go meet your mama and your daddy and your brother and whoever God else, and then they already in the house with your kids and all that stuff. There is no courtship. You know what I'm saying? There's no true courtship. They don't have to work for nothing. Look, like you just said, they got the milk already for free. They don't have to work for anything. So now they're automatically fell into this type of a ownership role, like you playing the wifey, but you're not the wife, because you done already gave up too much too soon. They know too much about you already. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, you know no jack about them. You hadn't met their parents. You hadn't been to their mama house. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about a guy. A guy don't really like you until you meet their mama.
No, I've done that. I went through that. I went through that once.
They would say, if you don't meet that guy's mama, he is not serious about you. Now, that's if his mama's still living and if they got a good relationship. I put it like that. I ain't gonna say all the time, but I say 90% of the time, if their mama's still living and they got a good relationship with their mama, or even a relationship with their mama, it ain't got to be, spectacular, but boys is not gonna. I mean, men are not gonna bring no girl home to their mama that they're not serious about. Side chicks, you're not going to see mama.
Yep, exactly. You're not going. You're
not going. So, and that's another thing too. You will know how valued you are to your significant other, especially men, if they ask you, "Hey, I want you to come to Thanksgiving with me."
Yeah, that shows that they do have some seriousness about them.
Yeah,
they really do.
Because now they trying to parade you around their whole family. They try to take you around their whole family, not just, you might know a couple of their friends, because they might party and drink or whatever with y'all, might come to the high, play a little cards, stuff like that. But have you met auntie? Have you met my
grandma,
uncle? Yeah, that's saying.
Grandma, uncle, aunts, yeah.
Have you met all those, cousins and stuff, people that they grew up with, that can tell you some stuff, you know what I'm saying? This little knucklehead right here used to run around in his drawers all the time. I mean, little stories that embarrass you to death because they giving away all the little stuff. You're not going to get that unless they really care and really want a true relationship with you.
Exactly.
But
I agree 100%.
That comes with giving them something to really value you. They can't value if you already giving up the milk free, and I feel like we don't do the courting like we should. We don't give ourselves time to actually really get to know somebody, really get to know them. I know we in this day and age where everybody, you should be able to have sex free and have one night stands, and you should like our other show when you done got into a sexual thing with somebody and they wanted more and you didn't, we just had to show about that. I mean, come on. Are we just giving it away and ain't even trying to get to know nobody?
That's the new age way of life. Because we've always said on the show that the actual foundation and the morality of marriage, the standards of marriage, it's gone. It's really gone, because now people marry you today and 2 months down the road they'll divorce you just because you didn't do something they liked, or you got disagreed on something. It's no working things out or getting to, what I mean? It's nothing like that. No sanctuary of marriage anymore. All that is out the window. Now it's all about, it's so quick to, dip on people now. It's no tolerance for working things out no more than that. And
I feel like that's the even more reason why I feel like the courtship should be longer.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it should be longer. You can't figure out somebody's habits, their likes and their dislikes in a month. You can't.
Yeah, like they say, I don't even know if your feet stink.
No, I know, right?
Yeah.
We don't even know your farts stink.
Yeah, nothing. I don't know nothing about you.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing about they finance habits. I mean, you don't know nothing about them. And then, like you say, in a month or so, you already moved in. You making life decisions with a stranger. I mean, I'm not criticizing anybody because I did it. I mean, I've done it. I can't criticize him, but I said if I could go back. Now, I'm talking about Mike, because like I said, Mike been knowing me since I was 18. I'm talking about some of the bad mistakes that I made, and I probably wouldn't have made them bad mistakes if I had gave it a little bit more time, because a lot of the ones that I did not make good choices is because I rushed in it too quickly.
Yeah. And like I said, I've done it too. I've done it just one time, but I've done it, had my own crib and everything, but moved in with this girl and had to do everything all over again. Moved in with this young lady, and we was talking about meeting your mom. She was dying to meet my mom after like a month, probably a month and a half at the most. But, I was serious about her, but I knew that it wasn't going to work because of how different we were. And I hesitated. I put that thing off for so long because I knew my mom. I knew my mom was going to tell me what I didn't want to hear.
Right.
So I kind of put it off because I knew the girl wasn't right for me. I knew it. I'm not retarded. I knew she wasn't right for me. But, my head was gone at the time. And I kept putting that thing off and off and off. And God forbid that she would have met my aunt then, because she did not meet the whole family. She met my mom only once. And the reason that being because, she kept bickering and bickering and bickering. Why can't I meet your mom? Am I a whore? I'm your side whore, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, good grief, I don't want this girl to meet my mom. Mm-hmm. I do not want this girl to meet my mom. No, because I know this girl is a psycho. You know what I mean? But, also you could try to put it off if you don't think that person is right for you. You know that person ain't good for you. But you don't want your family to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can put it off, the back burner like that too. Yeah. So it's just like I said, I've been through crazy things like that too. But never to say, I moved in with her and it was the biggest mistake of my life. Because like you said, the courtship wasn't there. A month. I'll say a month and a half. I mean, come on. The courtship wasn't there. We didn't know each other. And it was just an awkward situation.
And a lot of times, you meet somebody's representative. You don't really meet the true them.
Oh, no. You don't meet them, like you said, until like 5-6 months to a year.
Yeah, down the road. Yeah, you might meet their representative. Everybody's going to put on a good show because they're trying to get something from you, whether that's booty or money or whatever, stability, whatever it is that you can bring to their table. That's what they're trying to get, and they're going to put on, like I say, their representative hat, and then once they get whatever it is that they were seeking, then you're probably getting introduced to the true person.
Yeah. Psycho.
That's when you get introduced.
Like the lady in Misery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I say. So you get that rude awakening. But if you take your time and you really get to know somebody, and then when you take them to meet your family, or if they get to meet your kids, this just because I'm looking at like I said, past mistakes that I made. I really do not feel like especially if you got younger kids, and I'm talking about kids, especially under 10, that's still in, small, really small kids. I don't feel like you should be parading no man or no woman around your kids unless you are serious about them, because you don't want no revolving door of men or women around your children, because that don't set a good tone.
Yeah, mama's a whore.
Yeah,
that is a whore.
And because they're watching.
Yeah, they're watching.
Kids watch. Yeah. And you don't want them to think that that's a normal thing. That's how it's supposed to be. Your young man grow up, and then he think, okay, mama had a whole lot of uncles. Mm-hmm. I had a whole lot of uncles. I don't see them no more, but it was a whole lot of uncles,
Oh, yeah.
And, or cousins or whatever, especially back in the day, they used to call them uncles, but I know I'm a little old talking like that, but I'm just saying, you bring these people around, and you know who, like you just said, who's got a lasting presence with you, and somebody this is good for now.
Just for now.
It's probably ain't gonna last. Them the people you don't need to be hanging around your kids. And you don't need to be getting with people that don't have nowhere to stay. That's one thing. You're getting with people that don't have nowhere to stay. Now, it's different if you got your own place, they got their own place. After a couple months or so of dating, and y'all decide, okay, let's move in together. They let go of their place, or their lease is up or whatever, and then y'all move into a spot together. Y'all can save money. There's a whole lot of benefits of being in a relationship. But hey, don't just move somebody in and they laying up on their mama couch. or they sleeping at they in-laws or at their brothers or sisters in-law house, because ain't nobody got nowhere to go, and now you a free place to stay because they dating you. Women do that too much.
Exactly. So you got to be careful with that, because guys, I hate to say it, we are bad about that. I mean, because guys of today, they have no sense of responsibility right now. Especially, the younger guys, some older guys too. And the first thing you're going to do is lay up on some woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being real, guys. She hit the nail on the head. I usually defend us, guys. But, when she's right, she's right. Guys, we are bad about that, guys. We got to get some responsibility so we can be that person to meet their kids and that they want to take around their family. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You want to be that guy, because it's not always cool, guys, nowadays, sleeping with 2 and 3 different women, you calling yourself a Mac or whatever. Nah, guys, it's not about how many women you can get. It's how many women you can keep, that one woman, that you want to keep. You know what I mean? And not saying it's going to be easy. Not saying it's going to be easy, but, you want to be that guy that meets the kids and the parents.
Right. I agree with you, but I really do think, going into this new decade that we about to go into in 2020, us women, we really got to do better about that. I swear, we just got to do just a little bit better about when it's time for men, for us to move in, or they to move in with us. Have somebody that got their own. Ain't nothing wrong. I think for a lot of women, if they don't have that man right up underneath their roof, they don't feel like they in a relationship. I dated 2 guys that had their own place, and I loved it, because when I got tired of him, I did not have to be bothered with him.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can go home.
He can go home. Right. I mean, and we were in a relationship, but I did not get mad if he said, okay, well, I'm staying at my own house tonight. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. But,
you got a place.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to stay at your own house,
yeah. If he spent, once, he did meet my son, and, he didn't meet my son like right off the bat. It was probably about a few months down the road before he actually got to meet. We probably had been dating like 3 months, and, had went out a couple times. And most of the time I would go to his place before he met my son. I would go to his place because his kids, were not there. So it was just easier for me to go to his place and chill than for him to come over here with my son and there all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, no. But once we got to a serious level, he would come spend the night over here some nights, or I'd go spend the night at his place, and even Khalil would come over there and spend the night over there with me too. But it was cool because he had his own place. He could leave. I could go home and like, okay, I'm gonna stay at my own house tonight. Especially when I wasn't in the mood, or, PMS or whatever you call it. Wasn't nobody mad about it, And
that's great.
It was cool.
And that's a great thing. That is a great
cool.
thing. But
go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
But I just think some women think that their man ain't up under them, every night, that, okay, why you want to go home?
Because I live
your mama's house. Don't even want him at his mama's house. That's where you picked him up at. But you don't even want to stay in there.
Yeah.
At his mama's house.
That is crazy to me. But that is the best feeling in the world, though. I mean, if you guys are on that level, you're dating, but you got your own spots and stuff, that is the best feeling in the world. Because like you said, when you get on each other's nerves, guess what? Mm-hmm. I go home. Yeah. Bye. I'll talk to you later, right. And that is the greatest feeling. But guys, on the serious tip, we would say, just get to know the person. Don't just move them right in off the bat, and find out a lot about the person before you start bringing them around your, family, especially your kids. Yeah, especially your children, because there are pedophiles out there. A lot of them.
There's pedophiles out there that and of course you don't want to think about it, but being ignorant to it ain't gonna stop it from happening. You know what I'm saying?
And don't think it can't be me.
Yeah, and trusting.
Yep.
Too trusting. Yeah. And if you don't know this person, you can't have them around your kids like that. Because next thing you know, God forbid something happened to one of your children because you didn't know this person. Exactly. It happens. And
it's out there. Like you said, it happened. But the first thing people think, that always happens on the outside. It'll never be me. Come on. Yes, it can be you. It can be you when you got these crazy men or females or whatever, this crazy person, around your kids, around your family, and you don't know nothing about them. Yes, it can happen to you.
Yeah.
It can.
It make you real sick on your stomach when you see news reports where a boyfriend killed a woman's child because he was mad. I mean, I've seen headlines like that. That's terrible, you know. So don't be so trusting, especially around your children. You need a lot of time. And I'm not gonna even say to don't check nobody's police record. You need to check people's police record. Because you don't know who you're dealing with. You know, you really don't know who you're dealing with. I went through that with my ex, so I know. I didn't know what his police record was until the police told me. And I got a divorce quickly. Yeah, I got a divorce quickly. Because I did not know it. And that's because I did not, you know, I took this person for face value. You can't take people for face value. You know, you can't. So
and that is exactly right. That is so true.
All right, so you got anything else you want to say before we close the show today, babe?
Oh, no, that's about it. That wraps it up.
So I think this whole show basically was about being safe.
Basically, yeah, that's a good thing to say.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about. You know, being safe, being mindful, being aware, and, you know, and getting to know your person you're with.
Yeah. And then once you have sex, whether you're a young person or an older person, then you're going to feel like you got that connection. You're not just giving it away, and then you can meet the mama, because now this guy is like, okay, I know this girl, she's good for me. I could take you to meet my mama with pride, you know, and not because, when you going to take me to meet your mama? What, you think I'm a hoe?
Boy, that was told to me.
So that's what I'm saying. If you do it the right way, they'll be more than happy to take you to Thanksgiving dinner.
Exactly.
They'll be more than happy to take you to meet all their crazy family that's going to take 10 plates. Yeah. So they'll be glad to show you off.
Yeah, and guys, be that guy that they are proud to take to see the parents and the kids. Be that guy. Yeah. You know, get a little responsibility about yourself, you know. And that's basically what I want to give a little tip to the guys.
Right.
I had to learn, guys. Don't think I'm out here trying to be Mr. Perfect, because Lord knows I'm a long way from being perfect. A long way. Yeah. But you live and learn. And when I learn something, I try to, you know, tell it to people. You know what I mean? I had to learn. You know, I'm in my 40s. I had to learn. Right. So, you know, guys, you know, just take a little bit of advice.
All right. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in to Lunch Talk with Mike and Star. We appreciate all the love and all your support. We hope that you have a wonderful and safe weekend. We'll be back next Friday with some more trending topics. Ain't no telling what Lunch Talk gonna be talking about, so you want to make sure that you tune in. Don't miss an episode. Make sure you subscribe and check it out. Thank you so much. Peace.